Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to talk about something that a lot of people have been talking about. That is, what is next for the King of the Monsters, aka Godzilla. Now, before we begin, guys, make sure to subscribe, because, subscribe, guys, come on, subscribe. So, if you don't know what has been happening, Kong has been taking over the spotlight for the last few years. Now, it was alright with Godzilla vs. Kong, in my opinion, but now it's kind of showing with the games being all about him, and then the movies and all that. Like, he basically was the main character in the New Empire, even though, well, whose name was on the start of the title? Yeah, the King of the Monsters. Now, I'm not blaming it on Kong. I understand why people would like Kong more, and that's why they made him the main character. Because he's more relatable to human characters. I mean, yeah, that's smart. Because, like, Godzilla wouldn't be able. Yes, he does agree with humans a lot, but he does not have the same biology as Kong, basically. Now, that's not to say that Godzilla does not understand people. He does, okay? But he's not like Kong. Kong is more, as I say, relatable to people, and that's why he's more been the main character. But also, Godzilla was the main character at the start, like for the first three films mainly of the Monsterverse. But then slowly after, Kong has been taking over the whole franchise. And yeah, I understand because people wanted to see more Kong, I understand. And I know for a fact, after when Godzilla has like more stuff to him now, people are going to be asking for Kong to come back. But no, I do agree because I miss my man, the King of the Monsters. I miss Goji so much. Like, Godzilla was an absolute legend, if you know what I mean. And I know, yeah, there are people who are enjoying Kong being the main character, but Godzilla started this franchise. Come on. Come on, guys. Like, we have to be respectful. Now, no offense, I loved what Wingard did with the films. Like, he did a good job with Kong. But as for Godzilla, he made Godzilla feel more like a massive, unstoppable creature. And no, don't get me wrong, he was awesome. I mean, like, Godzilla was awesome in Godzilla vs. Kong. But he's just made him into, like, this huge brute that can't be unstoppable. Like, there's no side to Godzilla, which I feel like is kind of sad because like Wingard is like not showing any character for Godzilla. And I mean, like, I know there's people that know for a fact if Wingard directed the next one, which he's not, by the way, but if he did direct the next one, people are saying he'd be good at Godzilla because he wanted to make it like Godzilla vs. Destroyer with the emotion. I don't really know would this really work. Mainly because, for one, I feel like in the New Empire, it was good, don't get me wrong. But Wingard's ideas just did kind of go a bit too far. Like, he did go with the Titans, don't get me wrong. But he tried to make it more for, like, kids, basically. He tried to make this franchise, it's like, basically for kids, basically. And he did go with Godzilla vs. Kong, but the New Empire had problems, man. And I know there's people that like the film, but in my opinion, the New Empire was like, I don't know, it was good, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it wasn't great. Now, it's not the end of the world because we got the new director, Grant Pator, who will definitely do a good job to the next film because he wants to make it about Godzilla, which I am happy about. My only problem though is that I think it's going to be another team up. And look, I know there's more money out of it, but in my opinion, I really want a solo Godzilla film. I want a solo Kong film. I really want a solo Mothra. I want a Gamera movie in this franchise, man. But I understand it makes more bucks, but still, man, you want to expand this universe, come on. Don't make it just like a Kong and Godzilla team up. And yeah, we have to wait 3 years as well, that's another complaint. But unless the effects look better than the New Emperor, which, like, in that film, like, no offense, I understand there was a lot of monsters. But yeah, some of the effects did not look great, basically. So I'm praying to God the effects look better. And you'll have a higher budget, since, like, the New Emperor made, like, 500 something, I don't really remember. But yeah, Godzilla will definitely have, like, a big role in this, like, because, he's the king of the monsters, he deserves the spotlight again. Yeah, and also that's why I want a solo film, because I really just don't want Kong to be in it. He's been in, like, everything now. Like, he's even in Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2, if you did not see my last video. But, yeah, I am excited to see Kong, I guess, but, yeah, I would prefer it was just a solo Godzilla film. Now, I shouldn't be too hard though, because, like, we are getting another film, thank God. But I do want to say a few things that people want to see in this next one if it's about Godzilla. For one, bring in Destroyer. I mean, yeah, but then you'd have to end the franchise since bro's like Thanos or Darkseid from DC. Like, he's the endgame villain. In my opinion, out of like, people want Space Godzilla. I mean, like, I'd take Space Godzilla, but like, how would you introduce him into this franchise? I'm wondering. Another thing that people want is for Godzilla to have a son. And as for what I think is, hell no, I don't want him to have a son. First of all, how could he have a son? Also, just because in the older films he has a son does not mean you have to have him have a son. Also, how would that work? As I said before, how does that work? But anyway, like, I do not want him to have a son because, for one, Kong already has basically a kid, and like, Suko is already fine. But yeah, I don't care about Godzilla having a son. I just don't want him to have a son, alright? I just don't. It just make me go off the rockers. Okay, I'm gonna move on now at this point because I'm probably gonna lose it, but anyway. Godzilla though, yes, he's not gonna be in anything at the moment. Aside from Fortnite, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say that now. Godzilla's gonna be in Fortnite, yay! I cannot wait. If he's a skin, I'm gonna use him as a skin. You're gonna see me in the bush, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's him. You can tell because he's in his Godzilla's design in Fortnite. I am mad on one thing though with it, is that it's the evolved design. I think I would have preferred the 2019 design. You see, I'm not a big fan of the evolved design, and I will talk about it. As you know, I'm not a big fan of this design, and this is something I want them to change in the next film. I know a lot of people do like this design, but I just don't. I love the fleshy dorsal plates, and I do like the spikes, and I do like the Phagomizer at the end of the tail, but I don't like the arm spikes. I don't like how they made his legs skinny. I don't like him having bulkier long arms, and I know this is everyone's complaint. I don't like that body. I absolutely hate it. It's not done right. The body just looks wrong on Godzilla. I liked the 2014 design because it made him look real. He was bulky and huge. And yeah, there are people that don't like the 2019 design, but at least it's still like the same. Like, it was still bulky. It felt like an animal. Here, he looks like a freaking superhero that got all the stuff taken out of him. His body just does not look right, okay? It just doesn't. His chest is way too far in, and his arms are just way too long. Maybe it's the fact I'm used to the 2019 design, but I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of this design. I'm praying to God in the next one. Get rid of the Phagomizer, unfortunately. I do like it. Bring back the blue. Oh yeah, he is pink this time around, which is a pain in the arse, but still. I want them to make him bulkier again. Make him as bulky as 2019. Give him back his bulky legs. Make his dorsal plates the same color again. They could still be the same. And bring back the blue. Like, just bring back the blue, guys. Because I miss that so much. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna basically stop raging about this design because I'm not a big fan of it, alright? I'm just not a big fan of it. The 2019 design was so much better. I will admit though, I like how it's an homage to the 2000 design, Godzilla 2000, but also a lot of people hate that design as well. It's very like 2000 extreme, so that's why people are not a big fan of it as well. And also, like, yeah, it is different basically. And I mean, like, I do like different, but this is like way too different, like for the King of the Monsters. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's gonna be the end here. I'm gonna stop now because my voice is about to go mad. But if you guys like this video, make sure to, as I said, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.